everyone, it's Caroline. Thanks so much for being here today. I am so excited because a little less than 24 hours ago, the 2022 Alex Awards got announced, and I have been exercising so much restraint all day long by not just like going and seeing what they are, because I wanted to wait until I had a minute to take out my camera. That way I could record, and that way we could like find out together what the award winners are. You could like see my reactions to what they are, and that's really it. I don't think I'm gonna do anything else in this video. Let this be a lesson of the consequences of what happens when you like pull out your camera without having an actual plan in mind. If you don't know what the Alex Awards are, I actually have a video up on my channel that I put up at the end of last year where I read all of the 2021 Alex Award winners, so I tell you a little bit about each of those, but I also kind of go into a deep dive of like the history of the Alex Awards and what the awards are and how they work. So I will link that, and I highly suggest you go watch it. It's like one of my favorite videos that I've ever created. But for the purposes of this video, we can do like a short and sweet condensed version. Basically, the Alex Awards are an annual book award that are meant to recognize books that were published in the adult age range, but they have a great appeal to teens and young readers. So this video is exciting to me because I don't know if it's exciting to you or not, but like I'm about to discover 10 books that I might have not even heard of before and like probably weren't on my radar before that are now going to be on my 2022 TBR. Like, it's not a negotiation. I will read these 10 books in 2022. Before I start to screen record, I was thinking about if I could make any like predictions for books that could be on this list, like books that might have won the award. Just going based off of last year's award winners. Hold on one second. The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones won a 2021 Alex Award, and I know that Stephen Graham Jones published another book in 2021, so it could be eligible for a 2022 Alex Award. It's called My Heart is a Chainsaw. I don't think that that book, I'll put a picture up here. I don't think that that book was as like widely well received as this one was. I am remembering now, I don't know anything about this, but I think that the main character is in high school. So because this is like a book award for books that appeal to teens, maybe that could have some kind of sway. Because I'm a nerd, I've looked at all of the previous year's award winners, and from that I know that the Alex Awards loves Shauna McGuire. Shauna McGuire has won several Alex Awards, particularly her books in the, I'm gonna forget the name, but like the Wayward, oh, there it is, the Wayward Children series. I did know the name of the series, go me. I know that she puts out like a new one every single year, but I think that her one in that series from this year, I don't know the name of it, I'll put a picture up here. I think I remember hearing that this was like a mid-series standalone. It's a book that you could pick up and understand without having read the previous books in the series, so I could potentially see that winning. And the only other real prediction that I have right now, also I just really want to stop procrastinating and look at what they are, but one final like maybe prediction, Casey McQuiston won an Alex Award for Red, White, and Royal Blue, and I know that Casey McQuiston published a book in 2021 that had like a similar like contemporary romance genre, and it was called One Last Stop. One Last Stop, so I could see maybe like if Red, White, and Royal Blue won an Alex Award, I could see One Last Stop potentially like having the potential to win an Alex Award as well. That's it. That's all of the predictions I have. Let me get screen recording. I'm trying my best like not to super look at the screen because I don't want to be spoiled for anything. Okay, I'm on the website. I don't know what to do. Should I just scroll? Oh, current winners. Here we go. Oh my gosh, here they are. Okay, the 2022 award winners. Oh my gosh. Okay. What? Okay, this is, okay, let's look at them. Here are the covers. Let's take a look. You take a look. This is crazy. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna go through and like read the titles really quick. We have The 100 Years of Lenny and Margot by Marianne Cronin. Crossing the Line, A Fearless Team of Brothers and the Sport That Changed Their Lives Forever by Kareem Rosser. How Lucky by Will Leitch, which I did not think, I was like, there's no way that I'm gonna own any of these books. I'm gonna have to like finagle my way and like go to libraries. Look at this. Look at this. Huge thank you to my friend Taylor, who used her book of the month credit or whatever, like, to get me this book. Next is The Library of the Dead by T.L. Huchu. Right from Uncommon Stars by Rika Aoki. I promise that when I like actually review these and when I do my end of year video, like I will look up pronunciations and I will pronounce these authors' names correctly. We have Lore Olympus, Volume 1 by Rachel Smythe. Malice by Heather Walter, The Rose Code by Kate Quinn, Winter's Orbit by Everina Maxwell, and The Witch's Heart by Genevieve Gornichek. Out of all 10 of these award winners, I had heard of before How Lucky, obviously, because my friend like got it for me, gifted it to me. I had also heard of Lore Olympus because it was a webtoon, which I actually read years ago. I never finished it. Seen Malice, The Rose Code, Winter's Orbit, and The Witch's Heart around like Booktube and Bookstagram, but I've never like, I haven't heard enough about them / haven't paid attention enough to know what they're really about. Maybe what I'll do now, actually, yes, this is what I'm gonna do now. I can just read like the synopsis, quick synopsis of each of them. And then at the end of the year, when I have my 2022 Alex Award winners video, I can just refer to this video and say, if you wanna know the synopsis of each of them, click on this video. So if you all are responsible, remind me at the end of the year that this video exists. That way I can save myself a bunch of time and I can just link to this video. Okay, here we go. Let's make this quick. I'm looking at my laptop, so I'm sorry that I'm not looking at you. The theater kid in me will try to look up every now and then, but I make no promises. The 100 Years of Lenny and Margot by Marianne Cronin. A beautiful intergenerational story about an unlikely friendship that develops through an art class intended for patients under end-of-life care. What? Develops through an art class intended for patients under end-of-life care. Does that mean the main characters are under end-of-life care? I love intergenerational stories and I love stories about friendships, so super excited for this. Crossing the Line, A Fearless Team of Brothers in the Sport That Changed Their Lives by Kareem Rosser. Growing up in an economically disadvantaged part of Philadelphia, the Rosser brothers, okay, so it's a memoir, autobiography. Rosser brothers discover a horse stable. Their relationships to the horses riding and their relationships to the horses riding and polo change all their lives. I'm gonna read a book about horses and polo. Okay, here's the one that I actually have, How Lucky by Will Leitch. Daniel has a good friend, a routine that involves football game day in the South and a debilitating disease that has robbed him of body control and speech. He copes with help from his friend and several rotating workers. When he is the only witness to a kidnapping, it causes several issues that might risk his life. Okay, I do remember that my mom said that she read this and she said that it was kind of like Rear Window-esque. Sounds like a thriller, kind of, but this does not look like a thriller. Library of the Dead by T.L. Huchu, set in dystopic Scotland. A dystopia, I love dystopia. Set in dystopic Scotland, ghost talker Roya uses her Zimbabwean magic to investigate the mysterious disappearances of missing children. There is a whole lot going on in that book. Okay. Light from Uncommon Stars by Raya Aoki. The lives of a young transgender runaway, a violin teacher who sold her soul to the devil, and a refugee alien starship commander, shut up, twined together in a story full of music, found family, and donuts that is both joyful and amusing as well as tender and heartrending. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Lore Olympus Volume 1 by Rachel Smythe, a contemporary graphic novel depicting the love story of Hades, the god of the underworld, and Persephone, the daughter of Demeter and goddess of spring. The modern day retelling of the Greek myth with colorful illustrations focuses on Hades and Persephone meeting and the various machinations of the gods. I'm so excited. I'm gonna have to splurge. I want a physical copy of this one. Malice by Heather Walter. This Sleeping Beauty retelling is a dark fantasy novel where Alice, known as the Dark Grace for her ability to create curses with her blood through elixirs, meets Princess Aurora, who was born to a curse where she will die if she does not find true love by her 21st birthday. Their friendship and love grow as they increasingly struggle to find a way to break Aurora's curse before her time runs out. I'm not gonna say anything because I just got at the idea. At the end, when I get through all of these synopses, I'm going to rank how I think I'm going to enjoy these, and then we can reflect on that in my end of year Alex Awards video. This is gonna be I'm so excited. Okay, The Rose Code by Kate Quinn. I know this is historical fiction, I think. 3 young women from very different pasts work for the war effort at Bletchley Park, where their involvement with code breaking saves lives and alters theirs. Their efforts help to out a mole in the super secret agency. Winter's Orbit by Everina Maxwell. This sci-fi novel combines the intrigue of a thriller and the passion of a romance. Okay, an arranged marriage between a prince and a diplomat is meant to strengthen alliances, but suspicions of conspiracy and murder force the new husbands to lay aside their own secrets and work together. Last but not least, well, I don't know, maybe it's the least, I don't know anything about this. The Witch's Heart by Genevieve Gornichek. A Norse mythology retelling, 2 retellings, but what is it a retelling of? A Norse mythology retelling from the feminine perspective of a 3 times burned witch. She sets out to change the course of the lives she loves. But what is it a retelling of? It just says Norse mythology, which I don't know. I don't know anything about that. Okay, so the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to predict my ranking of what I am going to enjoy the least. Should I do that? Yeah, what I'm going to enjoy the least to what I'm going to enjoy the most. Adult fantasy and retellings aren't like necessarily super my thing. So just based off of that alone, I'm going to put like Malice and The Witch's Heart, like maybe I should line them up. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put The Witch's Heart at the bottom and then Malice right above that, just because like I know the story of Sleeping Beauty, so maybe, I don't know, maybe that will make me connect with it a little bit more. After that, I think I'm going to put The Rose Code, just because again, adult historical fiction isn't something that I particularly seek out. We shouldn't judge books by their covers, but just like this cover looks like something that I wouldn't like want to pick up on my own. After that, I think I'm gonna put The Library of the Dead, just because like that had, I think, the shortest synopsis, and there was just a whole lot going on in that. So I don't know if it's gonna be something that I like get super invested in, or if it's just gonna have like too much going on at once. Then I think I'm gonna put Lore Olympus. I've read it and I know that it's nothing that I'm gonna like lose my mind, or I don't think it's anything that I'm going to like lose my mind over. After that, I'm gonna put Winter's Orbit. I mean, intrigue of a thriller, passion of a romance, and it looks like it takes place like in space. I don't know if it says that in the synopsis, but it looks like it takes place in space, so that sounds like something I could enjoy. After Winter's Orbit, I think that's where I'm going to place How Lucky. I can't get a solid grasp on what this genre is, but I do, like, it seems like it's gonna be from the perspective of like one sole person. Have enjoyed like an insulated, very tight perspective before, and like observational perspectives are something that I've enjoyed before, so that's where that goes. After that, I'm going to put Crossing the Line, the memoir. I really trust the Alex Awards when it comes to memoirs. It had 2 memoirs on there last year and I really loved both of them, so I'm putting this one near the top. Also, like, I'm gonna read about horses and polo, which might be cool. Down to our final 2, And I think that in the number 2 spot, I'm gonna put the 100 Years of Lenny and Margot. Again, it has a bunch of buzzwords like unlikely friendship, intergenerational story. Sounds like it could, I don't know, it sounds like it has a lot of potential. One with the most potential that I'm gonna put in the number 1 spot is Light from Uncommon Stars by Raika Aoki. Just reading that synopsis and like, I don't know, that's it. All I have to go on is the synopsis and the cover, I guess. That was the one that said it was about like found family in space and about like music and donuts, joyful and amusing, tender and heartrending. It sounds like my perfect book and I'm so excited to read it. I'm so excited to read all of these titles and I really hope that you, I don't know, enjoyed learning about the Alex Awards a little bit and then like learning what the 2022 winners are and learning what 10 books on my TBR this year are going to be. Really quick before this video ends, I forgot that in addition to the 10 awards winners, Alex Awards always publishes an honor list as well. And guess what was on it? My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones and also One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. I was like feeling so bummed out because like no, my predictions didn't come true. Like it's stupid. I was almost right. Okay, now back to past Caroline to do a true outro. I hope that you enjoyed this video and I hope that wherever you are having a fantastic day and I will see you again very, very soon. Goodbye.